knowing that not all businesses can necessarily turn to you specifically for all of the great information that you have, where are some reliable sources that these businesses can turn to, whether it be relying on information to stay in contact with their customers or what their customers are doing, or just
Yeah.
the entire government stimulus packages? What do you recommend? Where do you recommend business owners to go for that reliable information throughout this?
Yeah, so if you're looking for information just on what's happening with the virus, if you're looking on what's happening with government assistance and stuff like that, the two sources that I've actually been using just personally for just raw numbers to track what's happening with new cases and stuff, both Google and Bing put out informational kind of pages. So Bing's is like, I think it's bing.com/COVID, and I think Google's is google.com/COVID-19. If you just looked for either one of them, you'd find them pretty quick. These are the raw counts of what's going on. When you hear people talk about we're trying to flatten out the curve, you can see from the graphs that these people are obviously putting together, the companies are putting together, it hasn't quite happened yet here in the United States. But the good news is that we live in a democratic society where we have companies like these where they can put out somewhat reliable information to public, people in the public that are concerned with it. Whereas, unfortunately, you're hearing in other countries that they don't have access to information. They don't have the open kind of media that happens here in the United States. So that's where I'm personally going. For information related to programs that are out there that can help small businesses, the SBA is definitely the place that you want to go to. So this is the SBAgov, just their website. The Small Business Association is really, they've done a very good job of taking everything that's in the CARES Act and this Paycheck Protection Program and making it kind of easy to digest, easy to read on their website. All the types of things from eligibility to timing to how does it actually work, what can I use the money for. The SBA has done a really good job of putting that type of information out there. The other information that you might be looking at then is stuff that I think I already mentioned it, but stuff that might be coming from your bank, because you're probably going to be accessing information and money, honestly, from the program from your banking institution. Make sure you're paying attention to information that they're putting out, because they're going to want to make sure that they're trying to help their customers as much as they possibly can in these times as well. I also think I personally appreciate the Kauffman Foundation. So for those of you that have maybe never heard of it, you can find them at Kauffman.org. It's KAUFFMAN.org. The Kauffman Foundation is one of the leading nonprofits for small business and entrepreneurship advocacy in the United States. They do a lot of funding of research that people like me do on entrepreneurs and entrepreneurship, but they also do a really good job of just, again, providing information to entrepreneurs and small businesses. What they've been doing is they've set up like a current event page related to the COVID stuff that you can find on their website. It's just a really kind of interesting resource that's out there that, again, for someone that is running a business or interested in getting information related to businesses, they're reliable in the sense that they're really looking out for giving good information to those types of people.
And if that wasn't enough, I've been seeing chambers of commerce putting together a lot of resource pages on their websites. And again, they are definitely tying in everything at a statewide and national level that businesses ought to be following and staying informed on. But I've seen a lot of that, locality benefit come through the different resource pages that chambers are having. I've seen a lot, the Fort Myers Chamber, Stara, Naples, they're all doing a great job of newsletters and just, again, that resource page, getting all the information out. I've even heard informal or formal, whatever you want to refer to it as, partnerships being formed between local companies and the chambers in order to collaborate to get through this together. So again, if that wasn't enough, I definitely encourage, all listeners to check out the local chambers of commerce, whatever city, whatever town you're in, visit their website, because they ought to have some information, which very well could then also redirect, you to, like you mentioned, SBA.gov, or redirect you to Kauffman. I would imagine.
And again, we've talked about it a little bit so far, but this idea of each city and each county potentially has their own unique list of what's essential, what can be open, what you can do, what you can't do. I've noticed too that the Chamber of Commerce they've been really on the forefront of interpreting, okay, here's what we think you can do and can't do. So they're a really good information source for that type of thing too. If you're looking for like super local, how exactly are these executive orders now that are coming out from the national level, the state level, the county level? How can I interpret it here locally? And I agree with you. The chambers of commerce is
Mhm.
they're putting out information for that kind of thing.
Yep, absolutely.